Straight ahead on 12 News, a lasting legacy. The man who helped make Northwest Community Television what it is today rides off into the retirement sunset. Then, busy and about to get busier. We'll have tips to help you with the holiday shipping rush. But first,
what's good about this is that we're heading in the right direction.
An emergency victory for Golden Valley. 12 News starts right now.
Golden Valley gets its wish to turn 911 dispatch duties over to Hennepin County. Hello and thanks for joining us. I'm Jennifer Anderson.
And I'm Mike Johnson. The Hennepin County Board has authorized the Sheriff's Office to provide 911 dispatch services for Golden Valley. But as Renee Bonneau explains, it won't happen right away.
Mike and Jen, to save money, Golden Valley has been trying to opt into Hennepin County's safety dispatch system for years, but they had been denied for two main reasons. One, the county board was concerned about call capacity. And two, the board put a moratorium in place from 2004 to 2012. No other cities would be allowed to join county dispatch at that time. As an 8-year moratorium comes to an end, the Hennepin County Board decided it's ready to add Golden Valley to the county's safety dispatch system.
Our numbers, as well as an independent consultant hired by the County Board of Commissioners, said that the Sheriff's Office emergency 911 dispatch has capacity for an additional 79,500 911 calls just at current operating levels.
Currently, the Sheriff's Office provides dispatch for 36 cities. Adding Golden Valley is only expected to add about 20,000 calls to its dispatch center.
We're pleased because it's a major step in the right direction.
It's a victory for Golden Valley, albeit a little bittersweet.
We're having to wait.
Hennepin County won't pick up the city's 911 calls until the Sheriff's Dispatch Center moves to its new facility in Plymouth, which is expected to happen in the fall of 2014. Right now, the city of Edina is contracted to do dispatch for Golden Valley through 2013. After that, Golden Valley will have to work out an extension with Edina or go somewhere else for a few months.
The good thing is that this is going to save our residents some tax dollars. So we'll either be able to reduce the budget or shift those dollars to resources that are a priority.
Right now, Golden Valley pays Edina about $177,000 a year for dispatch service. County dispatch service is paid for through county tax money. But Mike and Jen, Golden Valley will have to pay a one-time $54,000 fee to convert their system over to the county dispatch system.
After that, a big savings.
Yes, very much so.
Thanks, Renee. When the county takes over Golden Valley's 911 dispatch, there will be a new building in place. The Hennepin County Board has approved a $21 million contract for a new 911 emergency communications building in Plymouth. It would be located next to the adult corrections facility. Groundbreaking is expected next year. The facility would be completed in late 2014. The Hennepin County Sheriff's Office says the current facility in Golden Valley isn't big enough to accommodate new technology.
For students and staff at a Maple Grove Elementary School, 12-12-12 did not turn out to be a lucky day, but it's one they won't forget. Fernbrook Elementary lost power about 4 a.m. when police say a drunk driver hit an electrical box near the school's entrance. Lights and phones were both knocked out, but school went on anyway. For teachers and students, no power was no problem. School officials decided it was safer to keep kids at school rather than cancel classes and send them home.
They sent us an email and we also got a phone call that there was no power today. So I called up and said, should I still come in? They said, sure, we got direct sunlight and windows and flashlights. We're good to go.
Generator-powered bulbs shed some light in the dark hallways, but most of the classrooms had enough natural light to keep on teaching. The staff even made cold lunches for the kids, and only a handful of parents with special needs children took them home. The power came back on about 1:30 this afternoon.
2 children are recovering from smoke inhalation after a house fire in Crystal. The fire broke out in a bedroom of a home on Yates Avenue. West Metro Fire Rescue District Chief Sarah Larson says bad wiring connected to a space heater started the fire. The fire was contained to the one room. Chief Larson says the incident serves as an important reminder to have the proper clearance around space heaters. She says there needs to be at least 3 feet of room around heating devices. Well, having access to quality health care is key to improving the health of a community.
And this week marks 2 years since Hennepin County Medical Center opened a primary clinic in Brooklyn Park. As Alexandra Renslow explains, the clinic is reaching a key population in the Village Creek area.
Aliu Suarez's daughter is getting a checkup, and this Brooklyn Park father is grateful to have an HCMC clinic nearby versus downtown Minneapolis where his daughter was born.
After her birth, we're looking around for a close facility, where we could take her for her kids.
2 years ago this week, Hennepin County Medical Center opened this Brooklyn Park primary care clinic at the corner of Zane and Brooklyn Boulevard. Located on a bus line and surrounded by townhomes and apartments, the clinic's idea is to serve a population of people within their community, often within walking distance.
We were inundated with patients right away, walk-in patients, just the request for services has really been overwhelming.
Saw people from 90 different countries our first year we were open, countries of origin. So just the amazing number of languages that walk through our front doors.
The clinic serves an important role. 60% of patients are children, and nearly half of the patients who walk in the door are uninsured.
People in the 20s and 30s often maybe would go without care if we were not here.
It's very important that their health care isn't going downhill and they're not ending up in our emergency rooms or ending up in a hospital for long stays when we can help them manage their care from the very beginning.
By providing access to health care, this clinic is already improving the health of this community. In Brooklyn Park, Alexandra Renslow, 12 News.
Since opening 2 years ago, the HCMC Brooklyn Park Clinic has served more than 30,000 patients. Well, from Brooklyn Park to Crystal, cities are proclaiming a Greg Moore Day.
It's especially meaningful to us here at 12 News as Greg Moore is a very important part of what we do. Greg Moore joined this organization just 1 year after it was formed, and during his tenure, he has created a lasting legacy.
History of the cable industry is one of really rapid development.
Greg Moore would know. He spent 30 years as the executive director of this cable television organization, Northwest Community Television. Greg was hired in 1983. He oversaw the very first franchise agreement between NWCT and the cable company at the time. That agreement laid the groundwork for locally made public access television and what would one day become Channel 12.
The city leaders here were very much into the idea of community television. I mean, community television didn't exist. It was an idea. It could be a whole lot of things.
For 3 decades, Greg worked closely with leaders from 9 neighboring cities to shape and grow this organization.
When we hired Greg Moore 30 years ago, we wanted more, and we wanted more community programming, we wanted more community involvement, and we wanted more community benefit. And through those 30 years of his leadership, we've had all of that.
All our expectations, all have been exceeded. I mean, the staff turned the organization and the programming into much more, much better than any of us ever imagined in the beginning.
He's never been in front of the camera, preferring his role handling the business negotiations behind the scenes. And now, satisfied with what has been created, Greg prepares to say goodbye.
You didn't make any of it yourself, but what's going on is just so good and so impressive, and I guess that's what I'm most proud of.
After shaping one of the very first community television stations, one that became a model around the country, Greg retires Thursday. When he looks to the staff and programs in place, he feels good about what's yet to come.
So I have very little worry about the future.
Prior to becoming executive director here, Greg Moore worked for the city of Minneapolis and helped to negotiate the cable franchise agreement there. Up next for Greg, Disney World with his grandkids, so a lot of well-deserved relaxation, and of course we'll miss him here.
Yeah, we certainly will. Congratulations to Greg, though, on retirement, and
a great contribution, really.
Yeah, and I think he's got some golf in the future.
Yeah, golf in the future, absolutely. Well, still ahead, beating the holiday mail rush.
We'll have some tips for a smooth and speedy delivery. Then later in sports, the Armstrong-Cooper girls try to skate to another win, but they'll have to do it in come-from-behind fashion.
But first, it's your AccuWeather forecast.
The post office expects to deliver more than 17 billion pieces of mail between Thanksgiving and New Year's Eve.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
In today's Money Savers, reporter Shannon Slatton has tips on how to get your cards and presents delivered right on time.
The holiday shipping season is here, and if you haven't mailed out those Christmas cards and packages just yet, you still have a little bit of time. Minneapolis Postmaster Gina Hellermans has a few tips for us today. Gina, let's start with what's the last day to get those Christmas cards in the mail?
For the Christmas cards, we would like you to mail by December 20th. We have a couple busy days coming up. If you're going to plan to mail prior or parcel post, we would recommend that you get those in the mail by December 14th. December 19th is going to be extremely busy for our carriers delivering the letters and cards. And mailing day will be December 17th, which will be extremely busy. If you choose to go priority, you can mail as late as December 22nd, and we should get it there by Christmas Day.
And there is an option that you can mail out your packages from home, which seems really neat. Tell us about that.
Definitely. We call it pack, pay, print, and pick up. So you pack your package in a priority. If it fits its ships box, starting as low as $4.95. Pack it up at home. Go online, go to USPS.com, click and ship, and pay for it. You can also print your label there right from home or office, and you can call 1-800-USPS, or you can go online to USPS.gov and request a pickup, and we'll pick it up at your home or your office. One or as many packages as you have for the carrier to pick up.
This is really neat.
It's extreme. If I can do it, anybody can do it.
All right, there you go. And one last tip that you have for customers.
One of the real important things is to make sure your sidewalks and your mailboxes are clear. Several reasons. One, to ensure that we can get to your mailbox and deliver, and the other, to ensure safety for our carriers.
All right, well, thank you very much, Gina. Very busy time ahead. And if you missed a few of those tips, particularly how to ship from home, we have all of that posted on our website. You can check that out at 12.tv/moneysavers.
Thank you, Shannon. And how you address your cards and packages also can make a difference in how fast they are delivered. A few quick tips: print in all caps, eliminate all punctuation, abbreviate state names, and use abbreviations for streets, avenues, and lanes. Well, still ahead, the day some proclaim to be quite lucky is especially true at a local hospital.
But first in sports, Maple Grove's boys basketball team rallies to win an early season Northwest Suburban Conference game. John Jacobson has that and more when we come back. Could be an interesting season in the Northwest Metro as far as basketball is concerned, but Park Center looks pretty good.
Yeah, Park Center and Armstrong.
Both good teams. It's going to be a very good race in the Northwest Suburban Conference. Of course, Osseo, the defending state champion in that league, too, and a lot of good clubs. Armstrong and Park Center's boys basketball teams, these come into the season with high hopes. The Falcons traveled to Brooklyn Park Tuesday night to face an unbeaten Pirates team with 4 wins already under their belts. Armstrong looking for their 3rd win of the young season. Highlights from this one: Connor Getchy backs his man down and scores off the glass for 2 of his 14 points. Quentin Hooker swats the ball away for Park Center and triggers the break for Joshua Matthews. He throws it down. Ryan Casperson makes a nice pass to a driving Nick O'Hara for the Falcons basket. O'Hara tops Armstrong with 17 points. Then O'Hara finds Getchy for the baseline 3-pointer. Armstrong leads by 4. Hooker spins away from the double team, drives and scores as the Pirates start to come on. Hooker nets 30 points on the night. Devin Buckley goes coast to coast for the PC basket for 2 of his 19 points. Park Center would lead 35-34 at halftime, and the Pirates go on to win at 78-68. They are now 5-0. After 3 straight losses to start the season, Maple Grove's boys basketball team was looking for the ball to bounce right Tuesday night. The Crimson playing at Champlin Park. The Rebels coming in with a 1-0 record. It looks good for the Rebels early. Ian Smith with the steal, ahead to Zach Johnson for the layup, and an 8-2 lead. Nice assist here from Smith on the bounce pass into the lane for Brennan Witt. 15-5 Rebels. Witt finishes the night with 23 points. But the Crimson start to shoot their way back into the game. Jake Winicky with the 3-pointer from the corner. And Bryson Woida drives one all the way to the lane and hits the floater in the final seconds of the first half as Maple Grove is down just 5 points, 40-35. They start well early in the second half, too. Winicky to a wide-open Brandon Barta. It's part of a 13-2 run for the Crimson to start the half. Woida hits Eric Olson, cutting down the baseline for 2 more. Olson nets 17 points, and Maple Grove leads by 9. Champlin Park stays within striking distance. Matt Juneau with the baby hook in the lane, and he draws the foul. Later, it's sophomore J.T. Gibson with a tough driving layup for 2 of his 18 points. But Champlin Park can't overcome the fast start the Crimson had to start the second half. Winnicky with 2 here as Maple Grove wins 82-76. The teams will play again January 29th. It's not even mid-December yet, and the Armstrong-Cooper girls hockey team has already topped its win total of a year ago. They played a young North Metro team that features a new coach this season. Armstrong-Cooper looking for their 8th win of the season. Goalie Ashley Ritten makes saves on North Metro's Jessica Ward and Leah Yonkers before Ward scores on the second rebound try, and the Stars lead 1-0. Still in the first period, Kelsey Kramer in front to Selena Pena. She scores on her own rebound. North Metro and new head coach Aubrey Lindbergh are out in front 2-0 after 1. Second period, Armstrong-Cooper Zoe Smith from behind the red line shoots it off the Stars goalie Lauren Torborg and in for a goal. Then they get a 2-on-1 break. Marissa Odell to Smith, who nets her second of the night, tying the game at 2. Still tied in the third, and Armstrong-Cooper on a 5-on-3 power play. Mari Verbaten scores. Sarah Santowski the assist. Odell added an empty netter late as Armstrong-Cooper rallies to beat North Metro 4-2. Now an 8-4 record for Armstrong-Cooper.
Not a bad start.
No, not at all.
Thanks, John. Still ahead, a birthday that will be easy to remember.
We'll show you one newborn who must be in for a lot of good luck. We'll be right back. Quaint, colorful, and a real-life picture postcard. Just some thoughts that come to mind about this Brooklyn Park home in the 6200 block of Sumter Avenue. It's one of our many stops of showing you holiday light displays throughout the northwest suburbs, and we plan to show you holiday lights right up through Christmas. Landon Welsh could have been a Christmas baby, but it turns out he has another memorable birth date.
Landon is one of 2 babies born this morning on 12/12/12 at North Memorial in Robbinsdale. Although he was born by C-section, it wasn't done to have the special birth date. His mother says that was just a coincidence.
Just a cool birthday to have. Well, I always remember it. Easy to remember for both of us.
Kim says 12 will also certainly be Landon's lucky number. Kim and husband Scott have 2 other boys at home and are thrilled to have a third. So congrats to them.
Yeah.
So cute. My little guy is only 4 months, and you see that. It reminds you how fast they change. They're so little like that. Oh,
They're all very happy.
pretty fun birthday. Yeah. That's all the news for now. Thanks for joining us.
Community Corner is coming up next, and we'll see you back here again on Thursday.